y'all, welcome back to our channel. Today we're about to get into some authentic homemade from scratch Alfredo sauce. Alright, we're gonna make a few different types of pastas. We're also gonna do a fettuccine, the classic fettuccine Alfredo. We're gonna do a ravioli. I'm just gonna show you guys how you can make authentic Alfredo sauce and pair it with so many things to upgrade your dish. Alright, these can be used for a date night, for family dinners, for meal prepping, a regular dinner night. They can be used for anything that you want to use them for because they're all versatile, easy to make, and delicious. Alright, this video is meant to be calming, peaceful, therapeutic, aesthetically pleasing, and whatever else you need it to be. Therefore, I'm not going to talk throughout the entire video. I'm going to share my little tips with y'all and then I'm going to get out of the way. We're going to work a little backwards here, okay? So we're going to share some tips in regards to our crispy chicken Alfredo that we're going to make at the end of the video. I did add a throwback Alfredo video to this one. Ain't nothing throwback about the recipe. It's still delicious and bomb present day, but it's a video that I recorded previously and I just couldn't leave it out of this one because it's such a delicious recipe and it has to do with Alfredo as well, so we added it. It gives you like an Olive Garden vibe with the crispy chicken fritter Alfredo that they do, where you can get like the grilled chicken, the crispy chicken, and whatever other toppings you want. One of the most important things we want to remember is to sit your chicken out a few hours before cooking it, because we never want to cook our meats straight out of the refrigerator. Sometimes that can make your meat dry. Now there's a difference between, you know, I know some people cook frozen meat in the oven, slow cooking it, but I'm speaking in regards to us pan frying this chicken at a fairly high temperature. All right, because we're gonna bread the chicken and then we're going to pan fry it in our skillet. Okay, we're not gonna deep fry it when you actually like deep fry fish or chicken and put it all the way down in the grease. We're gonna put a shallow amount of oil in our skillet. Another technique I use to ensure that my grease is the correct temperature, I just go ahead and drop a bit of that flour in the grease, and if it sizzles up, that means your grease is ready to be used. All right, so you can go ahead and drop your chicken and it'll give you that same sizzle, because if you put your chicken in the skillet before it's hot enough, it'll make it soggy, the breading will begin to fall off, and it'll just be a big mess that we don't want. We also want to make sure that we let our chicken rest before we cut into it. All right, any meat for that matter, you want to make sure that you let it rest for at least 10 minutes before you cut into it. If you cut into it too soon, immediately after you take it off wherever it was cooking, all the juices and everything that makes your meat nice, tender, and juicy is going to run out if you cut into it too soon. All of the measurements and ingredients for all of these recipes are in the description box below. One thing I want to highlight is the addition of flour. I do add flour into my Alfredo sauce because it allows it to thicken up a bit. I use about 3 cups of heavy cream when I'm making the amount that I've described here in the description box. Into that 3 cups of heavy cream, I add about 1 tablespoon of flour. You don't want to add too much flour because the longer your sauce simmers and cooks, the thicker it's going to become. So that's something that I've actually never measured. I've measured everything else, but I just eyeball that amount of flour that I put in, and so that I can have a good reference for you guys, I realized that I add about 1 tablespoon of flour to get my sauce to the thickness that I desire when I'm making a regular amount of Alfredo sauce, and that's with the 3 cups of heavy cream. When I'm making Alfredo for a larger crowd, of course I add a bit more. All right, and again, the longer your sauce sits, the thicker it's going to become if you add that flour. So it's up to you how long you let your sauce sit before serving it. Because we have a few different recipes in this video, I thought it was a good video to share how I do double dinners, because that's something that could help us all. People with busy schedules, moms with large families. So when I'm making a meal like chicken Alfredo or fettuccine Alfredo, any type of meal that will yield leftovers, I make a second meal on that very same day in my crock pot. Now, none of these recipes in this video are crock pot meals. I'm just explaining to you all some of the things I do that gets me a few days off of cooking, all right, and not let me off a few days with the alternative being spending money. So on the day that I'm cooking a meal like chicken Alfredo, because it's fairly easy and it yields a lot of leftovers, I also make a crock pot meal. So when I'm doing Alfredo, I do another meal in my crock pot, and they cook at the exact same time. And both of those meals give me 2 days worth of dinners, all right? So when I'm making chicken Alfredo and whatever I decide to make in the crock pot, I'm making them both at the same time, and by the end of the evening, I have 4 meals prepared. So that lets me off of cooking dinner for at least 4 days, all right? So that is a simple life hack that'll save you a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of energy, all right? When it comes to the actual Alfredo sauce itself, you want to just remember to continue to whisk until you see that your sauce is as smooth as you want and need it to be, especially if you're going to go ahead and add that flour. You want to add your flour when your sauce is sizzling, and you want to whisk at a consistent rate, because that's going to ensure that everything you've added to your heavy cream is going to go ahead and melt, cook down, and be evenly distributed throughout your sauce. We're really only adding the Parmesan cheese and the flour. And you want to whisk until you see that your sauce is smooth. We don't want any chumps or clumps or anything like that. And then we're going to season our sauce after we've added the cheese and the flour, all right? Because the flour is going to add a bit of tartness. Most cheeses are going to add a little bit of salt. So you want to go ahead and whisk it down so you can be able to taste what you need to add going forward. Sometimes I add a pinch, because I don't want to thin it out too much, of chicken broth to my Alfredo sauce, and it is bomb. Sometimes I also add a bit of Maggi, which is chicken bouillon powder, and it's bomb as well, okay? Can I tell you something for what it's worth? You have this place on earth. Take you there, take you. Show you something, give you more than words. You have this place on earth. Take you there, take you there. Take you there. Won't you fill me up till my cup's overflowing? I'm so anxious just to feel the silence. It's so quiet, but I hear you saying to me, baby, say our time, we're making up time. The times you wasn't really waking up. Now you never said I couldn't let you touch. I needed to distance myself from you. I was just alone with you. So complex with you. Won't you? Can I tell you something for what it's worth? We have this place on earth. Take you there, take you. Show you something, give you more than words. We have this place on earth. Take you there, take you there. Please be don't, please be don't.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, listen, I put my lighter in the air for you. I see what you're doing, yeah, see what you're going through. Put my lighter in the air, the truth is you're beautiful, you're beautiful. I put my lighter in the air for us. Everybody sing together, sing a new song. Put your lighter in the air, the truth is you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Say yeah, 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 yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Hallelujah, glory to the Lamb.
These are just a few recipes that you can make again for any occasion that are very simple, very delicious, and it keeps us from having to buy a jar of Alfredo sauce from the grocery store because, in my opinion, I just haven't tasted one that tastes homemade. There are a lot of things that they make and sell at the grocery store that I'm like, okay, I can use this, but the Alfredo sauce, it always needs something else. It doesn't taste good in my opinion, and in a lot of cases it's very expensive. When we can just buy the heavy cream and the few ingredients that we need to make our own homemade authentic Alfredo sauce better than Olive Garden or any other Italian restaurant that you can visit. You can make it right at home in your kitchen and pair it with the noodles we've shared on this video, or any noodle you would like to pair it with. Some people use Alfredo sauce with lasagna. They have to use Alfredo sauce instead of the regular red pasta sauce. You can freeze this sauce. It's just bomb, homemade, and delicious. That's gonna do it for this video, you guys. Simple, delicious, versatile, a date night, a wedding, family dinner, meal prepping, whatever you want to do with it, okay? Make you some sauce and pour it over a sandwich. Like, use it as sauce for a sandwich. The sauce is bomb. And you can eat it with whatever you want to eat it with. We love and appreciate you all for coming back to our channel each and every time. To all of our new subscribers, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all for subscribing. Thanks again to all of our returning subscribers. We'll see you all in the next.